My name is Trisha. I am 33 years old. I'm from Dover, PA.
Tell me 3 words that would best describe you.
Spunky, creative, resilient.
What do you value most?
I value my family and my friends.
What activities or hobbies do you enjoy?
I love to be outdoors. I enjoy hiking. I enjoy fishing, boating. I enjoy music. I do open mic nights, play guitar, sing. I enjoy hanging out with friends and going on adventures. I love traveling.
Talk about what your life was like before cancer.
Before cancer, I just was like any other normal 31-year-old girl. I was a mother, so I focused a lot on my family. I really prioritized, career goals, schooling, and was just trying to build like that life that everyone, wants to have. I would say that I want to say that life was really great before cancer, but it was a little difficult. I was in a very tumultuous relationship. So I was really navigating those waters, focusing a lot of my attention on trying to create a better atmosphere for myself and my children, and just kind of like on the grind every day and just living life. And I don't think there was like anything out of the ordinary, just very average. Prior to my diagnosis, I had felt a lump. I had a 1-year-old daughter that I was still breastfeeding, and I had gone into my gynecologist's office and brought it to her attention. I let her know that my father had passed away from cancer, and I had a family history of breast cancer, so it was a bit concerning for me. But I was told that I was too young for cancer, that it wasn't something that I should be concerned with, and that some clogged milk ducts are just peskier than others, and that it would resolve after I was done breastfeeding. And then about 8 months later, I went on a vacation with friends right after COVID kind of had settled down. It was my first time away, and I noticed that the lump had gotten significantly bigger, to the point where it was protruding out of my breast. And even then, I thought, wow, this clogged milk duct is really acting up. And I thought, how are they going to remove something like that? So I made an appointment. I went in, they did the ultrasound, and then they called me back for a mammogram. And I remember thinking, oh, I guess they just want better imaging of like how they're going to like dissect this. And then a doctor came in and he told me that I had breast cancer. And I remember saying like, no, it's a clogged milk duct. And he said, no, it's breast cancer. And we're going to start treatment right away. And I said, okay. And I left. And that was like the beginning of my journey. I was diagnosed stage 2. And I was told that I was going to do chemotherapy, a double mastectomy, and radiation, and that I would live a long, healthy life. And it was about a week later after I had gotten my follow-up scans that I was told that it was in my spine and that it had metastasized and that I was actually stage 4. Prior to getting my bone scan results, I was very concerned about it. So I had looked up what the treatment was for breast cancer that went to the bone. And that's whenever all like the little pictographs came up of 36-month survival and, just all of the information about metastatic breast cancer. And so it was a very overwhelming experience. And I feel like I just was overtaken by this like existential crisis. I started thinking about like my children. I started thinking about my mother. I started thinking about my sisters, how I was going to tell them this. And I obviously thought to myself, this just isn't like how it's supposed to be. This isn't how my life is supposed to go. Things were like starting to like take off for me, and I felt very capsized almost. I feel as though like the first month was just a blur. I feel like I kind of dissociated from what was going on, and I just kind of went through the motions. I did what the doctor said. I went to the appointments, but I didn't really feel like myself. There was just an overwhelming amount of sadness and questioning as to why this was happening to me. I was angry. I was angry at the doctor who told me that I was too young. I was angry that I wasn't given a chance at an early stage diagnosis. And I feel as though I was heartbroken for my kids to have to like witness me grieving my life. My life has changed in a lot of ways, but not in the ways that people probably would think. I'm lucky enough to be doing well. I physically feel well for the most part. So I am actually living more fully now than I ever did prior to my diagnosis. I'm very present in what I'm doing and the people that I'm around, my experiences. I feel as though I like cherish the little things that I would like overlook, even if it's just like the beauty of like being outside, or just those special moments with your family. I would say that the biggest change is just being a patient 24/7. I definitely get overwhelmed by all of the doctor's appointments. I get tired of having to like continue doing the treatments. I get tired of being poked and prodded. My life has changed in a way that is hard to explain because I am living and I'm doing well. But then there are moments where I can't forget that I have cancer. It's hard when you're out with friends, you're just having a good time and you're laughing and you're just a part of it all and things are normal, and then you get this horrific pain, up your spine or in your neck, or this terrible headache comes on and you just immediately think like, this is it, the ball's gonna drop again. The rug's gonna be pulled out from underneath of my feet. And it's difficult to not allow it to affect you, to not allow it to affect like what's going on around you. But I think that I try to shield my friends and my family from like what's going on internally. My biggest support system is my family. My mother has been like an angel through the whole process. She's my best friend. She has taken care of me through each procedure, each therapy, radiation. She just has been there 150%, my rock, absolutely. I also have like a core group of friends who I rely on if there are those days where like I am having a difficult time achieving what I need to get done. If I need help with the kids, or if I just like need company because I'm not feeling well. I absolutely hold back a lot of my thoughts and feelings about my diagnosis because I do try to remain positive for them. I don't want them to be sad. I don't want them to be scared. And I also don't want to like ruin our time by focusing on like what is going on with my diagnosis. I try to, for the most part, let them, ask what they want to ask. And, I try to be honest, but there are like obviously those dark parts about cancer that are difficult to share with the people that you love. I would like the world to know that the pink ribbon has made this diagnosis and this disease light and fluffy, but that is not what MBC is. MBC is real. It has wreaked havoc on lives. It has taken our daughters and our mothers and our sisters and our brothers. And I feel like there's more to be done. I feel like we need to stop hoping for a cure. And I feel like there needs to be a demand because I feel like we deserve it. And I could have more time and better quality of life. And I think that that's where our focus needs to be, and not prancing around in tutus and telling women that they've been given, the diagnosis of the good cancer, because it's just not correct. And I get overwhelmed by the positivity that I feel like is pushed onto us with this disease, because I don't know anyone who's died from cancer because of a bad attitude. It was because they didn't have any more options. And I just refused to die quietly. I can imagine life without cancer. It's hard because this has been my life for quite a while now. But I had a dream 6 months ago that I was sitting on a wraparound porch, because that's my dream, on a plot of land with my children, with my partner, and with grandbabies. And I was telling them about the time a doctor told me that I was going to die, but I didn't. So that's what I imagined.